Welcome, Ravens. You're listening to Ravens Ramblings, and I'm your host, Morrigan Raven. And again, I am joined today by the wonderful MissJigglePuff. Woo! We get excited when we do podcasts with her because they're always so much fun. So we are doing a little bit of a mini series with you. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear her voice for the next few months. I think.
For you.
But this time we are what? We're on episode 10 already of my podcast. How did we get this far? Well, I did take a bit of a break. But this one is called Confidence Boost. So I want to pick up from you. We've done a mental happiness one. We've done the body positivity one. I want to talk to you now about what gives you confidence boosts. Because obviously with body positivity issues and, you know, the way you see yourself and your mental health issues, I make you sound like a right load of baggage, don't I? But, you know, what makes you feel confident? What gives you that when you go out kind of screw the world attitude that I know you have, because I have it as well.
Yeah.
But what gives you that? I mean, we've done modelling. I mean, has that helped you?
Yeah, modelling definitely helped. I mean, especially I spoke in the body positive one about just my first shoot ever being like, I'm going to go straight to nude. I'm going to do some artistic nude. I'm going to bare it all, get the muff out, everything.
Sorry, people.
Yeah.
That's what it's called around here. It's the muffin.
Yeah, get the muff out. Or noonie. I call it noonie. But definitely it helped me develop me and helped me look at my body and be like, so that's what I really look like. Actually, that's looking at it on a photo and then looking how we look at ourselves in the mirror and when we look down is not actually as bad. And I was like, so that's how other people see me. God, I really see myself as a troll. Like, because when you see yourself in the mirror, or if you take pictures of yourself, real pictures of yourself, not like, a nice upward selfie.
15 attempts at a selfie, just get one that looks vaguely decent. Yeah, we all do that.
And stuff like that. I was like, okay, that's not so bad. God, just give yourself a break. So I have those days. A lot of days are bad days. And also, you know, for me, it is just not giving a flying crap what other people think. So I think what we have as well, and I think which you are definitely learning from, I feel, is like when I said about on the body positivity one about, you know, when you had those stupid trolls commenting on your things, like just look at it as boosting up your bloody algorithm. Do you know what I mean?
That's it did. I mean, that was crazy. That because you're talking about that picture where I was advertising something for somebody.
Yeah.
And they made the comments about my legs.
Yeah.
That picture is one of her top 3 ever liked posts across, 5-6 years of trading and using Instagram. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. So I kind of have that attitude in life. So if someone wants to stare at me, let them stare. I'll stare right back. If someone wants to say something, I'll let it go over my head. Most of the time I don't comment back. If it's something about a friend or something, I get more irritated. If it's about me, I can let it go over my head. I don't care.
See, I'm the opposite. I've always been, if someone has a go at my mate, I am the first one defending them. I am there.
That's me.
You don't pick on my mates. But if someone says it about me, I'm like...
No, that's me. That's me. Me, I let it go over my head.
I don't. I internalise it and I will go home and I will stare at myself in the mirror and go...
Oh, no.
Yeah. Or... Because I find that I get... It doesn't matter how good I feel. I've learned 2 things about my confidence and my body. 1, never look at yourself sideways in a mirror.
No.
Just don't do it.
No.
Unless you have a concave tummy and you are really skinny and you look amazing from the side, don't look at yourself from the side view.
You can do it if you pop your leg up on your toes.
Pop the hip.
Put your hand on your hip.
Who's got time for that first thing in the morning getting ready for work?
I do. I'm like, hey girl. Flick your hair.
It was funny. I was looking at I don't know if you follow her on Instagram, Lilith Fury, plus size model with the hourglass figure.
No.
So she was she actually suffers with lipedema, which, if anyone doesn't know what that is, it is a water retention that causes disease basically within the tissue, and you can swell up and you get, I mean, she puts her measurements on everything. But if she takes pictures from the front, she's got a perfect egg timer figure.
Yeah.
But she put up a post a couple of months ago now that basically said, don't look at yourself from the side, because looking at from the side, I'm just a round bauble. And I'm the same. If you will see pictures of me on Instagram where I do them almost face on, but not quite.
Yeah.
And you will get that kind of thinner look. But if I go stand from the side, I look horrendous. So I've learnt not to look at myself, because then if I'm looking at people looking at me straight on, which is when I'm walking down the street how they're seeing me, I see what they see.
Yeah.
So I tend not to, even if I'm walking down the street, if I'm feeling good, I ignore looking at myself in windows and shop windows as I go past. I refuse to look at my reflection, because I know the minute I look at my reflection and I know what I look like from the side, that's it. My confidence is gone. But then I have to look at it and I go, well, when you're walking down the street, you look at people coming towards you, unless they are wearing something completely stunning that I want to see it from all angles. I don't, once they're out of my peripheral vision, I don't look at them. So I'm not looking at them side on to see if they still look the same. I'm only getting that first impression.
Yeah.
So I have learnt that, and that has really helped me boost the way I feel about myself. But what you were saying about doing photo shoots, I mean, I did that one in months ago now. But November with Saria Goy Photography on Instagram. Please go check her out.
Saria is adorable.
She is absolutely amazing, and we spent 2.5 hours just chatting and getting to know each other, and then pulled out the most badass, empowering bedroom shoot that I never thought I could do. I mean, at the time I'd not done many photo shoots professionally.
Yeah.
And obviously this wasn't a paid for shoot, it was kind of time for print.
They're still professional, that just means you mutually get something out of it.
Yeah, I get the photos and she gets the experience and gets portfolio photos, and that's fine by me. But for me, if someone had said to me the same time the year before, but by the end of 2021, you'll have gone out in a pair of hot pants and a bra and a stainless steel harness and done a bedroom shoot, I'd have gone, yeah, right. But I did it. And considering the fact that I've put on weight and my confidence in myself seems to have dropped a bit because I'm kind of annoyed with myself, I think other people are seeing that my confidence has boosted.
Yeah, I completely... I mean, the last time you came here, I said that.
And I don't know where it's come from, because it was Emily Boo actually messaged me on Instagram and put on chat to me, I don't know what's happened to you over the last 5 or 6 photos that you've done, but whatever has beaten your confidence and boosted it, please keep doing it, because you look amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know Emily that well. So for someone like that to say to me, what you're doing is fantastic. It's like, that was kind of a, oh, what the hell? And I know my partner will always tell me, yeah, you look great. And I'll check with him 150 times before I leave the house. Do I look okay? And I haven't changed. I haven't done anything else. I'm still the way I was 10 minutes previously. And he'll be like, yes, you look great. You look great. But I know he would tell me if I didn't.
Yeah.
But sometimes I need to keep hearing it to get myself in a confident state that I look okay.
Yeah.
And even I'll get into the car and I'll still go, do I still look okay? And he's like, yeah, you look great. But I don't know where this sudden boost of something has come from, but I know that shoot, I was cloud 9 afterwards. And I even messaged Saria going, I really can't wait to see these photos. I know it's going to take a couple of weeks, but I can't wait, because I just felt so empowered to just get up there in minimal clothing for me in front of somebody I don't know that well, and put a harness over a bra and go, yeah, screw it, let's just do this, and just feel myself without sounding pervy.
Yeah, no,
it just felt great. And I don't know what's happened, but something recently has just boosted me, and whatever it is, I wish I could bottle it and sell it to people.
Yeah.
But I don't know where it's come from. I don't know whether it's being around you and that body positivity podcast all those months ago.
Yeah.
Whether that's done it.
But I remember when you and Paige had the shoot and you had met up with Crystal.
Yeah.
And that was from seeing my shoots. And it can all just start with surrounding yourself with less toxic people.
And I didn't feel that confident in that first shoot.
No, but it starts there. You've
Yeah.
done that shoot, then you came to the group shoot, and then now you've
And
done...
I didn't feel comfortable at all. I was actually talking about that to Saria, saying I didn't feel comfortable at that group shoot at all. There was something off.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether
it was off that day. I think it was a little bit iffy that day. But you've still got some bloody amazing photos that day. You did. But I think group shoots are always awkward because you're very limited for time. But then, have you had another shoot since then? Since the group one?
No.
And then this is your first solo shoot.
So it's been a year between the shoot. At the time,
and since
it was a
then,
year
I think
between
you have come a long way. And I think it might be is that you've become... You have, us talking and we communicate anyway. And then, it's changes in lifestyle. It's... possibly if you put positive people in your feed even, and you follow people who are more positive and you're more aware of the body positivity movement and stuff, then it will affect you. It might not in your consciousness, but in your subconscious. And I think it pushes it forward. It pays it forward.
I think the other thing that might have affected it for me anyway is I've gone through years and years and years and years of not wearing a lot of makeup. And suddenly having that change of being able to wear contact lenses again.
Yeah.
And my face feeling quite bare.
Yeah.
Without my glasses suddenly. Because if I wear my glasses, it doesn't matter if I've got makeup on or not. It doesn't really care. But suddenly not having my glasses to rely on, I felt like, oh, maybe I need to put some makeup on. So I started playing with colour.
Yeah.
And, having the green in my hair, I was playing with green. Having the blue in my hair, I was playing with blue. So having that extra... play with makeup, and then of course finding my obnoxious eyelashes that I love, and wearing those and just feeling that little bit glam. Whether that's helped.
Glam, and I love just feeling super, even when sometimes just wearing the lashes and just having that super femme eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And with a slightly nudie lip. Oh, that for me, people say it's for me. Sometimes I do just have to wear a bit of makeup to feel me, and it's.
But
so
you still don't go what I term overboard. You're not a full face girl.
No. For me, I don't have to wear makeup to go out, but I like the routine of wearing makeup. For me, it's part of my mental health routine.
It's a ritual. Yeah.
It's a ritual because for me, that way my face is on, and it's also my my metaphorical mask. I'm ready for the day. It's like brushing my teeth. I'm ready for the day, and that is also part of my morning routine. I get up, I go for my morning whizzer, and I brush my teeth, wash my face, sit down, have me a cup of tea, and then I do my makeup. That way, I know once I've done my makeup, I can't climb back into bed because I won't go back to bed with my makeup on.
And it's effort to take it off.
Yes. And I also am ready for the day. Now, even if I'm not going to go out,
it's that metaphorical war paint, isn't it?
And especially when you have a disorder like mine, because obviously you've got depression. So when you've got a disorder like mine, it's so hard sometimes to just leave the flat or convince yourself not to go to bed. Whereas I have got myself such a routine, and I'm so black and white with this now, that I'm like, you cannot go to bed with your makeup on.
Yeah.
So I
never go to bed with my makeup on. And even when I don't wear much, I always take it off.
And especially with foundation and blusher and that. So now I'm like, well, even if you're up for the day, even if I'm not feeling very well, I haven't recently, but even if I nap on the sofa, that's fine. But once my makeup's on, I'm not going back to bed. Because for me, I don't have TV or anything in my bed because that's part of my insomnia routine.
Yeah.
So my bed is just for sleeping.
Yeah.
And for the loving. So.
Well, of course.
So. That's really good, and it's all about having the routines and stuff like that. So for confidence boost as well, playing around with makeup and that definitely boosts my confidence, because I was so long just an eyeliner girl, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I need to get this palette, I need to try this, and that's where I love.
I've got so many palettes, I'll never be able to use them all. It's ridiculous the amount of palettes I've got.
I just gave away a bunch to my cousin's little girl actually, because she's just started kind of playing around with but.
I gave away a load, and then the frustrating thing is my hair being green.
Yeah.
I kind of like the green eyeshadow and then the purple under eye. I was hunting and hunting and hunting for the right colours in the right. Do you know how blooming hard it was? And then the closest I found was I actually bought Morphe did a 75% off
Oh yeah.
Black Friday sale in November. So I did it was one of their artistry palettes. I think it was the M35 palette, and it had all the pinks and purples, and then that duochrome green
Yeah.
and the khaki, and it was like, it's close enough. It's not the right green, but it's close enough to have everything in one place.
Yeah.
And I think I bought their nude, where they did like their, I think it's what they term their smoky one, but where the Colourpop one is black, it's more on the brownie taupes.
Okay.
So I bought that one. But I've actually managed to find a palette that's called the Hallucination Palette, and it's by a company called Yukanbe.
Okay.
And it's shipped in from Japan.
Ooh.
So I've paid for shipping for it. But what I like about it is it's not set pans. All the pans are magnetic. So you can take them out and put ones in.
Oh,
and where
amazing.
I've bought Colourpop ones, where I have the right colours in like skin tones, then I can mix and match what I need to and have a travel palette without having to take 3 or 4 away with me to get the right colours.
That sounds great.
And what I found with it is like, when you're trying to get the right bits because you found something that makes you feel good, they were like, oh yeah, but it doesn't have skin tone in it, or it doesn't have anything that's like a metallic, like pinky bronzy colour that I really like to pair with it. So finding that one palette has really helped me.
Yeah.
Know that I've just got one easy place to find everything.
Yeah.
And that's been a little bit of a confidence boost, because rather than my makeup having to be an effort, it's now, well, actually, I only need foundation, my brushes and blenders, my contour, because I don't particularly use blush anymore. I've gone away from it. I don't use a highlighter. So it's literally eyeliner, lashes, and one palette, rather than 150 different things to get ready. So that's certainly helped me. But your I'll get the words out in a minute. Your body positivity movement that you're one woman fronting at the moment. How's that? Well, here's the question: has the body positivity things that you've done boosted your confidence, or has your confidence in yourself, as you've coped with your mental health and everything else, which you've been doing an awful lot of work on over the past 12 months, I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Has that helped your body positivity?
I think it's both, to be honest. I think because it goes in kind of ups and downs. Like sometimes it'll be the body positivity will boost my mental health, like it did, and then
that then boosts your confidence in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes when my mental health is low, like it had been, the body positive brings it up, the mental health and the confidence. And then sometimes when even the body positivity is not helping, I can do my mindfulness and this, that, and the other, and then really do some self-appreciation and work on my self-loathing and self-esteem. And there's so many things that I've kind of taught my brain to be like, work on that. You can do this. And the little creative writer thing that I've got is a body positive thing to read that I did in 5 minutes on the toilet.
As you do. Yeah. Where we all do our best thinking, like we really should redecorate that bathroom and paint the crack in the bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. And I read it out to my trauma therapy group because we had to do an empowerment couple of weeks, and they all did really lovely little playlists of their favourite songs, favourite songs, and I was sitting there crapping myself because I was like, oh, I haven't done music, I've done my creative writing, oh my god, they're going to judge me, they're going to think it's crap, like
you do you, girl.
And we do it on Zoom in our own places and that because of COVID, and I was absolutely I was bricking it. I was like, oh my god, this is me really vulnerable, because I write my stuff down. I don't often share it. Sometimes I put some of it on Instagram. I'm pretty sure no one really reads it under my posts. And if they do, I only have like a handful of people that really appreciate it. And so, but I had to read it, and I was just like, oh my god. And most of them got really emotional, and they're like, you're a really beautiful writer. And then for me, that's a compliment. I don't take compliments. I'm like, oh, blah, 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 shut up, blah, blah, blah. But I then got emotional because I was just like, oh my god. But yeah, and I do find that it's both ways. Sometimes I can really bring my confidence up and work that into my body positivity. And then that's when I will post about it as well and be like, do you know what? I'm going to give my body a break and say, thank you, body, for carrying me and helping me to give myself some appreciation through this really hard time.
Yeah.
Because our bodies do so much for us. And
I think being more body positive and certainly doing that photo shoot and other things has boosted my confidence. But the other boosts to my confidence, I don't know where they've come from, because
it will be subliminal.
I've been going through such a hard time with work. There's been a lot of changes. There was all the pressure of, working through Auntie Felicity's visit, who never seemed to want to leave. And the hours I was working was just becoming more and more and more draining on me. So whether it was the fact that I had time off coming up that I was really looking forward to, whether it was because I went away with my friend for a couple of days and we just spent time in a hotel room and just had a laugh away from life, basically.
Yeah.
Whether it was that, I don't know, but I don't know if it was the hair colour. I don't know what it was, but something seemed to give me a kick up the butt. And even though I could have been sat at home in a baggy jumper going, I really should go down the gym, I really should go down the gym, I really need to eat something healthy today, but I'm going to have chips. I'm not somebody who's outwardly confident all the time. Yeah. And I've always had this thing where people have said to me, you are a really confident person. I'm not. It is an
I have that all the
absolute
time.
mask.
I'm not. And mine's not always a mask. I just say, you know what? Confidence isn't something that you have all the time. Sometimes I'm okay. I wouldn't say I'm a confident person. It's just, it's how you carry yourself. And I generally don't give a crap what other people think. And I think that's one thing that British people especially do care too much what other people think. Because we give too much credit to judgment. And you know what? Judgment is just a unhappy person's way to affect other people's lives.
Yeah.
Do you know what? So stop being judgmental. Can we all just be a bit nicer and kinder? Just, I know we can't hug each other, but give each other a high five. Say, you know what, you've had a tough time at the minute. You're doing really well. You look fucking beautiful. Let's just have a good time.
Yeah, I must give off this thing I get from a lot of people at work. Even doing through YouTube stuff. Oh, but you're so confident. I'm like, I'm not. Me, most of the time, is sat quite quietly, inwardly thinking, going, why did I do that? Why did I? I had 2 weeks off back in November. Why did I not get up every single day and go to the gym?
Because I
didn't want to.
Yeah,
that's why.
But that's the thing. You have to give yourself a break and not give yourself. No, you don't. You have to give yourself a break and not think about. That's the thing. This is a stereotypical thing that pisses me off. It's society that tells you if you're anything but a size 0, you need to go to the gym. Do you know what? I gave up on that when I started doing body positivity. I gave up on going to the gym. I gave up on going on 2-hour walks every 2-3 days because you know what? My body was. I wasn't losing any weight. Yeah. I actually lost more weight when I stopped doing all that shit because my body doesn't function to that esteem. If you're one of those quite lucky people, and you are those lucky people to have the metabolism where you can eat a salad, have your 3 meals a day, have the 2 snacks or 3 snacks you're supposed to, and go to the gym once or twice a week and still maintain your body, God bless you, whatever God you believe in. But my body's not that.
No, and mine's not either. I mean, if I go back to one of my worst periods during the pandemic, I was probably working nearly 60 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I wanted to do when I've done over a 12-hour shift at work is to come home and think about cooking a meal. So yeah, I probably did have a takeaway in the evening. Who didn't during the pandemic?
No.
Let's be honest, who wasn't using Uber Eats, Deliveroo, and just thinking, screw it?
Mm-hmm.
However, I wasn't sitting at home in my pyjamas without a job to go to or homeschooling kids or whatever, and I get that. But in the same token, I didn't have the time to go out for my 1-hour exercise a day because by 7:30 in the morning, I was sat at my desk.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky if I got a lunch break through any of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, at one point, I remember my boss forcing me to take a break and make sure I had lunch breaks. I'm like, I can't get my work done. I'm so stressed out. that within 3 or 4 days, I was in tears going, this is not working. I feel like I'm failing because I'm so stressed out.
Yeah.
I've cut my hours back to what you think they should be and taking lunch breaks. And now I'm like 10 days behind where I should be. And I'm only on day 4. So I felt inwardly like a failure. And I just went down.
Yeah.
I spiraled downwards and I didn't see it. It took a few other people to say, sort yourself out. And it was just kind of that like, no, I've got to go back to where I was. But talking about the metabolism thing, black coffee, nothing in it, so I'm not adding extra sugars or anything like that. An awful lot of water, because I drink like... Welcome, Ravens. You're listening to Raven's Ramblings, and I'm your host, Morrigan Raven. And again, I am joined today by the wonderful MissJigglePuff. Woo! We get excited when we do podcasts with her because they're always so much fun. So we are doing a little bit of a mini series with you, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear her voice for the next few months.
For you.
But this time we're on episode 10 already of my podcast. How did we get this far? But I did take a bit of a break. But this one is called Confidence Boost. So I want to pick up from you. We've done a mental happiness one. We've done the body positivity one. I want to talk to you now about what gives you confidence boosts, because obviously with body positivity issues and, the way you see yourself and your mental health issues, I make you sound like a right load of baggage, don't I? But, what makes you feel confident? What gives you that when you go out kind of screw the world attitude that I know you have, because I have it as well.
Yeah.
But what gives you that? I mean, we've done modelling. I mean, has that helped you?
Yeah, modelling definitely helped. I mean, especially I spoke in the body positive one about just my first shoot ever being like, I'm going to go straight to nude. I'm going to do some artistic nude. I'm going to bear it all, get the muff out, everything.
Sorry, people.
Yeah.
That's what it's called around here. It's the muffin.
Yeah, get the muff out. Or noonie. I call it noonie. But definitely it helped me develop me and helped me look at my body and be like, so that's what I really look like. Actually, that's looking at it on a photo and then looking how we look at ourselves in the mirror and when we look down is not actually as bad. And I was like, so that's how other people see me. God, I really see myself as a troll. Like, because when you see yourself in the mirror, or if you take pictures of yourself, real pictures of yourself, not like, a nice upward selfie.
15 attempts at a selfie, just get one that looks vaguely decent. Yeah, we all do
that. And stuff like that. I was like, okay, that's not so bad. God, just give yourself a break. So I have those days. A lot of days are bad days. And also, for me, it is just not giving a flying crap what other people think. So I think what we have as well, and I think, which you are definitely learning from, I feel, is like when I said about on the body positivity one, about, when you had those stupid trolls commenting on your things, like, just look at it as boosting up your bloody algorithm. Do you know what I mean?
That's it did. I mean, that was crazy. That, because you're talking about that picture where I was advertising something for somebody.
Yeah.
And they made the comments about my legs.
Yeah.
That picture is one of her. So talking of that kind of, you don't let yourself go just because you get in a comfortable relationship. I've been in a relationship for 13 years at this point. And yes, I'm comfortable enough to walk around half naked in the house, and weekends, baggy jumper and a pair of shorts. If you've got top underwear on, then, whoopee. But I wouldn't say I'm not making an effort, because the minute I go outside of the house, I am done. I am dressed. Whether I've got makeup on or not, I look presentable to the world.
Yeah.
And I will always make sure, if I'm out with the other half, that he's happy with the way I look. Not in a
I know
toxic masculinity controlling way, but that I don't look stupid or anything like that. So I don't think that we get into a stage where we give up on ourselves and we lose our confidence. I think, like you said, we get to a point where we get to an age that we just accept ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
And from that acceptance, our confidence blossoms, because we can go, do you know what? I will wear that skin tight bodycon dress to the Christmas party. I will wear that garish pair of shoes to the baby's christening, because life's too short.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's one thing. I think that it really jars me when people say, oh no, I can't wear that, or oh no, I'm too old for that, or stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, actually that's made for your size, so you can wear that.
And I alluded to this previously. If it's in your size and it's made for your size, you are meant to wear it.
Yeah, and actually, as long as, for me, the age thing, it all comes down as like, some people say, even, being goth or alternative or whatever, oh, I can't wear that because, it's for young goths. Like, no, you wear what the damn you want.
It's how you style it.
Yeah.
Look at Killstar, in the sense of their dresses are ridiculously short.
Yes.
Unless you are like 4 foot high, they are not appropriate for most people. But I still wear Killstar dresses to work. Now, some of them I will wear as a top under a skirt, and I'll pull the skirt up.
Yeah.
Some of them I'll wear with leggings.
Yeah.
Some of them I've got 2 of them that are kind of button-down dresses.
Yeah.
I've actually sewn them together through the middle.
Yeah.
So as I'm more confident they're not going to pop open.
Yeah.
And I wear them as like hip-length blouses and like dress tops over trousers.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. I think people are so spoilt these days for ready-made fashion.
Yeah.
And what I used to do, even when I was a fashion student, is go to charity shops. And a lot of people go to charity shops now, but it's still ready-made fashion. As there's accessories, and you can just buy a belt, this, that, and the other. But you can layer. There's no harm in layering.
No.
Jeans, leggings, and this, that, and the other. But you can also layer skirts under dresses, like you just said. And I used to go to charity shops, and I used to, if there was a dress that didn't fit me, because a lot of the time they didn't. It's charity shops; they're always, vintage sizes are smaller. I used to cut the top off and make a boob tube instead, and then wear a cardigan or different things. And it's the same. My mum is got an amazing body. She's tiny. She's like a size 12, and she wears bodycon things, but she won't wear the tiny one. She'll wear the knee length ones.
But it's about for me, for keeping that confidence. I mean, I'm going to keep picking on Killstar because it's the one that comes to mind, because it's the one I have most of.
Mm.
But even if you look at some of the punk rave stuff, some of it is kind of made for the later teenage range.
Yeah.
And some of it is kind of maybe up to 25.
Mm.
And then if you're lucky enough to wear it into your 30s, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's all about how you style it, which will give you the confidence. I mean, if I go out in a Killstar dress, even in the summer, and I've got my legs out, I've got shorts underneath it, because I'm not going to show my underwear to anyone. But all it'll take is for one comment of, look at that, and that's it, my confidence has gone. But if I go out and I've got tights on, I don't know, it's like I don't care. It's like I've got that, even natural tights will give me that
I know exactly
layer of, well, stuff it.
Yeah.
And I think being older, I was trying to remember what I called it the other week, almost about maturing your style rather than aging your style.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I find a lot of people think, to be confident in my later years, I need to wear twin sets and a tweed skirt. No, you don't. You can still wear all the outrageous clothes you wore.
Yeah.
But just wear it in a more mature way.
Yeah.
If you feel that something's too short, well, put it over something or put something else with it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Vivienne Westwood.
Oh,
one of our idols, absolute idols. She still wears what the goddamn she wants, man. And she loves a nice, purple legging, or
Well, look at Iris Abtwell. 101 and rocking the Clashing Prince. I mean, what more do you want in life?
I love a Clashing Print.
We know you do. So, do you feel that fashion helps with your confidence?
Yeah, big time. I like anything that has a swear word on it. Like my jumper right now says I'm a bad bitch. It's got a little sheep on it.
Oh,
That's
dear.
New Girl Order, which is very good for plus size, by the way. New Girl Order. It's very cute. Yeah, I like anything that I especially like. The tops where people have to read them and then makes people smile. Like I have a T-shirt from Tattoo I follow called European Sun 420. He does hand and poke, and it says, "If you're reading this, I hope you have a good day," or "I hope you're having a nice day." And people always think it's going to say something really like cheeky or something like that, because when I'm walking around town, but actually it does just say, "I hope you have a nice day."
Yeah. And do those smiles help you boost your confidence? Because
it does, because people obviously look, if I'm wearing like just that and a tartan skirt, or my houndstooth check skirt with the suspenders, and I always wear the suspenders down, and a pair of leggings, or I've got my legs out, I do have to wear shorts underneath as well, partly because I am prone to trip, but also because of the chub rub is real for me.
Oh yes,
yes. I hate chub rub. So if I have got my chubby legs out, which I always used to hate my knees, and they are a family trait. But you know what? If people stare and look, if people make comments, people, maybe I need to start a church of Charisse, because people need to start to learn to love those knobbly knees and those chubby knees and those cellulite, and we need to get on board that. But so. And if and then they read my T-shirt and they kind of like look at me, and especially if I've got my music in, because sometimes I forget and my face is proper resting face, or if I'm kind of like nodding along like, oh yeah, this is an awesome song, and if I'm listening to like bloody Slipknot or something, and then someone reads my T-shirt and then they kind of like look at me and they like smile at me, and I'm like do a massive bring back, and then they're just a bit like, because sometimes I forget, sometimes I can look a bit scary.
Yeah.
So then they read my nice little T-shirt that says, "If you're reading this, I hope you have a nice day." And then I could just imagine me reading it in my geeky voice, "I hope you have a nice day." And then, I do like wearing things like that.
And that's an onward thing, isn't it? They do say, you can pass on a smile, and that person will smile at somebody else.
I love the whole pay it forward.
Yeah,
I love
that
it.
That person that smiled at your T-shirt might smile at somebody who's probably not feeling confident in their outfit.
I like the whole idea
and
that you can change someone's day with a smile. And I will sometimes, if I am in a good mood and I can make eye contact with people, I will sometimes just smile at people, because if they're looking at me, if I catch someone looking at me and they do look a bit like a CUNT, then I will just be like, I'll just smile at them. And sometimes they're just having a bad day. Sometimes
I had someone do it to me. I was at a service station once, and I can't remember what happened, but the guy in the service station really annoyed me, and I came out muttering under my breath, and I was stomping back to the car, and this woman just walked past and smiled at me, and I smiled back and thought, I couldn't even remember why I was angry.
Yeah,
it was that. It was
really
just like so
day. Yeah.
inconsequential of what had happened. But conscious again of time and getting back onto the confidence thing. So, what changes do you find has helped your confidence? I mean, I've touched on it a little bit. I think putting those colour flashes in my hair somehow did something to my confidence. I don't know whether it was that I'm suddenly not trying to have black hair and black clothes and sink into the background. Suddenly I've got this pop of colour. Yeah. I don't know if it made me more stand out. Well, I don't know what it was, but something about suddenly putting colour in my hair gave me a boost. And I think the fact that everyone was like, oh, because I remember when I had the teal.
Yeah.
And I had that turquoise blue, and everyone was like, oh, that turquoise blue is really your colour. And when I'd had the dark blue, it was kind of like, oh, the dark blue looks really nice on you. But then I switched it up and put the teal in, and everyone was like, that is your colour. That turquoise just is beautiful on you. And I had somebody message me and go, please don't change that, but that is just your colour. And then I swapped it and did the emerald green, and suddenly it was like, oh my God, you're a green girl. That's stunning on you. And I think even mentioning to my parents, who'd always been quite against the bright hair, and it was just like, it's just a flash. And they were just like, does it stop you doing your job? I went, no, work, I actually quite like it. They never know what colour I'm going to come in with next. So I think that kind of almost semi-acceptance there as well has helped me just come out of my shell a bit more. But, I even a haircut can help. Yeah. So what other things can we do with fashion, do you think, that will help with
For
confidence?
me, I always, if I get in a particular rut, I change my hair colour. I cut my own hair. I
do that a lot.
I cut my own hair anyway. But yeah, I think definitely getting on the body acceptance vibe. I always say one body part at a time. If I'm having a
little toe.
Yeah.
That's the one.
If I'm having a particularly hard time with a particular part of my body, mine's usually my stomach or my thighs or those knees, then I will kind of just try and like be like, actually, they don't look so bad there, or why do I have that particular issue? It's just kind of, giving yourself a little bit of like, it's not that bad. Like, why they support me? This body supports me through my life. It's taken me this far. It's going to take me further. And also opening up beyond yourself as well. Like, there's so much stuff going on in the world. We're very lucky to have able bodies.
Yes.
And it could be a lot worse. And I always feel very thankful for my body sometimes. So, and especially with the body pain and stuff I have, and I've been quite unfortunate to have quite a few things go wrong in certain places. I had my gallbladder out quite young. So it's just like, I just pray. I don't pray because I'm agnostic, but I just hope that my body will stay fairly healthy-ish. Nothing seriously go wrong any further. So I think it's just being thankful and then looking at yourself in a different light. Try not to look at yourself always in a negative light. Positivity, trying different clothes. If you don't like it, send it back. But sometimes you surprise yourself when you try something a bit different.
Well, I started wearing a more, I won't say bodycon because it's not overly tight, but a more straight coloured dress. Now, I bought the dress good 2-3 years ago now, maybe. And the day I wore it, it was okay. But I was a bit paranoid about my stomach. And then it hung in my closet for ages. And then I found that the neck was too tight because it was buttoned up high around the neck.
I always get
so I put a bit of elastic in it and just attached the buttons to the elastic and did it that way. So now I don't, because they're fiddly ones, I don't even have to undo them. I can just slide it on them.
Yeah.
So that made it more comfortable. I thought, I'll just wear it to work. And someone said to me, it actually looks better on you now than it did. And yet I feel like I've gained weight since I wore it.
Yeah.
So my belly probably sticks out more. But you know what? I don't care. Because now I feel good in that dress.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with certainly changing things, and certainly changing your hair colour can give you a different aspect.
Yeah.
Hairstyle.
If you wear glasses, even like experiment with glasses. Everyone always loves my glasses. I have about 4 different pairs of glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, they're always like, oh, I wish I could wear one. I'm like, just try them. Like, and I always let people try my glasses. I'm like, try them.
See what they feel like.
Try different styles. But I'm always like, it's about experimenting with what you want to try in life. And don't be scared and don't worry about what other people think. If they don't like it, they ain't wearing it.
They don't need to look. And I feel as well that kind of when you said about opening up, I feel that acknowledging and looking around more, not in a what's she wearing that for way, but just I think we become very closed off. I think with much as people will put ourselves out on social media, I feel that we become very closed off from the world.
Yeah.
And we are so into our devices and into our phones, we don't look up very often and look around.
Yeah.
So I will make sure that if I'm out, unless I'm checking off a shopping list or checking my bank account for something, I will make sure that I look up and I look at other people.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that I'm not the only one that has big arms.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that has dodgy knees. I'm not the only one that has the double belly.
Yeah.
And I look at other people and I think, you're out there, you're wearing what the hell you want, then so can I.
Yeah.
And knowing that...
And also, do you think you look great?
Yeah.
So I can look great.
Yeah. And the fact I think that I've realised there are other people with the same body shape as me.
Yeah.
And they're putting themselves out there. And, certainly social media has helped. People like Lilith Fury, Tess Holiday.
Yeah, Tess Holiday is amazing.
The fact that Tess Holiday has big arms and the double stomach as well, she's kind of helped me.
I think that's
even down to, what's her name? Whitney Waythor, the fat girl dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Even going through what she's going through and knowing that, she will still wear bodycon dresses and she don't care. And I think that's kind of helped me realise by... Yes, using social media to find these people, But looking round at Joe Public, getting my head out of my phone, out of my device, and looking up, looking around, and realising that actually not everybody looks like they look on social media.
No.
Not everybody is skinny. Not everybody's shopping in Primark. You know, you go into somewhere like Yours Clothing to look at something, and there's 7 or 8 other people in there with the big arms, all looking for the tops that will fit. And you suddenly don't feel so alone. And I think that helps with your, not only your body positivity, but that little bit of a confidence boost of, do you know what? It's not just me.
No.
And I think the era we've grown up in of being so focused on what's presented on social media, and certainly I know things have changed now, but you know, go back to the early 2000s of everyone with size 0 and you weren't allowed to have a bum. Now you've got Kim Kardashian having butt implants because it's to have a bum now. Like, I got this whole, you know, naturally love. So I think that kind of noticing other people, especially in the public, just going down the shops, look in supermarkets, take a glance at the people that are around you, and you might actually notice that that person may have the same body shape as you. I've had, in my local town, I've had so many conversations. We've got a Yours Clothing, and I've had so many conversations with people where they've been saying to their partner, you can see you're clearly not interested. Do you think this looks all right? And I've gone, it would look better if you did this, or actually, yeah, that looks fab, or actually, have you seen this? This is a better fit for you, because you have the same as me, and I find this works a lot better. And just opening up those conversations with complete strangers,
that's great,
has really made me feel, do you know what? I'm not alone in this body shape. There's no reason for me to be unconfident about who I am and what I look like, because I'm seeing now all these other people out in the public who look like me. And if they can go out and wear leggings and a t-shirt and feel confident in it, then why can't I?
And I think it's about also keeping your social media feeds full of realistic expectations and following those body positivity, or it doesn't even just have to be that, but realizing that, you know, the people that you do follow that may be superstars and this, that, and Kim K and all this, they are not realistic. You don't have the money. If you don't have the money to get all of those cosmetic surgeries, then you can't look like that. And if you do want to look like that, there's health implications. You need to look into those too. And also, just be realistic. You know, life is hard enough as it is. You've got to give yourself some self-love and realise that it's hard. It's hard to maintain the beauty standards that's being thrown upon us. And do you mind if I just read this?
No, we will actually close it off there for today. And, you know, MissJigglePuff has got another writing piece for us. So you take it away and close us out.
Okay, this is the one about, you know, just giving your body a little bit of love. It's called This Vessel, My Body. It says, the body is the structure to which the skin holds us lovingly tight, and is the map to tell the stories of the life we have lived, the loves we have loved, the pain we have endured. Mine so happens to be illustrated beautifully too. I've endured trauma and shrugged it off, but my body wears it like a series of heavy chains wrapped around my shoulders. I'm stronger after fighting with my weak brain. To define ourselves by our past, our presence is to limit our futures. Your vessel is your transportation to a limitless future. Take back your body, mind and soul. It's your life for living.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's the end of the podcast for today. We did go a little bit off track, but hey, this is my podcast. It's like the YouTube channel, really, isn't it? We will be back with yourself next month. So stay tuned for that episode, and we will see you later. And as always, my wonderful ravens, just do you.